Welcome to Reach the World ASAP. My name is Pastor Scott Griswold, and with me is Elder Dean Coridan from the Iowa-Missouri Conference. You and I have had this chance to talk before for a Reach the World ASAP podcast. And we're doing it again because God keeps putting us together as you inspire me to reach out to refugees and immigrants. And so here you are today with us down at the new Reach the World Next Door property in Houston, Texas. And it's so good to have you come and encourage us. Thank you for coming to share with the students.
Well, thank you for inviting us. We enjoy it.
Now, there's a whole lot we could talk about and a whole lot you've already shared with us. But I want you to share today what your daughter is doing to reach out to refugees, and in particular, what those who are listening could do when it comes to Pathfinders and these young people who've come.
Thank you, Scott. Our daughter Anna has a real burden for refugee ministries, and in Kansas City, she moved into a Nepalese refugee community where she lives right in the apartments where they live.
Okay, so she just moved right in.
Is it
a nice, comfortable, cushy place?
It is not. It is not. So it has all the problems of city life, inner city life. But there are so many young people there. And she has been working with families and has made friends among the refugees. But just so many young people, so many kids around that her and I talking together, praying together, decided we ought to try something. Normally, what a church does when they have a Pathfinder, or when they have young people, is they form a Pathfinder Club, and the church becomes the foundation of that.
So for those listening who don't know what Pathfinders are, it's like Boy Scouts
Boy
or
Scouts, Girl Scouts.
Okay.
That's right. So they teach all kinds of character, qualities, practical life, camping, interaction, teamwork, all those kinds of things.
Okay.
We always do it in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. We always do it church-based. But we don't have a Nepalese church. So what we decided we would try to do is to start a Pathfinder Club, and then someday out of the Pathfinder Club start a church.
That's a little backwards in a beautifully perfect way.
That's right.
Amen.
So we took it to the conference, and the conference executive committee was fully on board with it. So it is a Pathfinder Club sponsored by the Iowa-Missouri Conference. When we took the idea to the Nepalese, we wondered, would we have any response? 47 Pathfinders. In 1 week, she became the largest Pathfinder Club in the Iowa-Missouri Conference.
That's amazing.
And on an average of the 47 kids who signed up, between 28 and 35 come regularly. It is made for refugee work. Pathfinders is the avenue, I'm convinced, to work with refugee young people in a non-threatening way, teaches life skills, help them to learn how to integrate into an American society. They get to learn all kinds of facts through getting honors. They feel like they're accomplishing something because they take a class, then they get the reward of the honor. They have their uniform, they can begin to have their sash with everything they've done. What was so funny with us is things that you would think that the normal Pathfinder, they would just love. Like, let's go camping. And there, learn to build a fire. So if you're lost, you can build a fire. When we took the Nepalese kids, they all just stood there, watched that. Oh, this is boring. We all know how to build a fire. We all know. That's the way we lived. So it was so fun to watch them. But to have those teenagers begin to interact and become a team, then we take them to interact with other Pathfinder clubs. The interaction with the other clubs builds them up so much. In a protected setting, they get to know people, they have friends. So the last camp out I was with them on, when we left, club after club, as they were pulling out, would wave to the Nepali kids and say, "We'll see you next time." They were so happy, felt so accepted.
Wow. So these are young kids who came over they weren't born here, but they came on over. They left the refugee camps. They moved into the apartments, dealing with public school life.
That's right.
They are growing up in an America that's totally different from what their parents were used to or understand.
That's right.
So how are the parents impacted by this?
At first there was some resistance from parents because over half the kids are Hindu young people. And some of the parents were very resistant because of, well, you're Christians and these kids are going to be under your influence. But to tell you the truth, all the families have come around, even the family who is the most resistant, saying no, has finally, a couple weeks ago, said, yes, because I see it's good for the children. You truly do love our young people and are trying to help them. So please, just keep doing what you're doing.
That's the way to do it. They will be able to choose for themselves whether or not they want to receive Jesus as their Savior, because none of that's being pushed on them, but it's just flowing out of the hearts of true Christians caring about people. And they finally have the chance to consider that.
That's right.
To see if that's something they want.
We have Bibles there that the young people can look at when they do a Bible class. Nothing is pushed on the young people. There's no urging, but there's just, I've watched their Bible classes. It's just a free time to ask questions that they've never been able to ask before, to have people show them things in the Bible and the Bible stories. Plus, they just love the practical side, getting a bird honor. It means something to them. Getting a health honor, a cooking honor, it means something to them. And just the discipline and the family orientation that a Pathfinder Club can provide, to me, is exactly what we need to be doing in every refugee community.
That is so fantastic. Sounds to me like Jesus is being seen without anything being pushed on the young people or their families, but they're having an option maybe for the first time in their lives.
That's right. One of the things that I appreciate so much with what I see happening through a Pathfinder setting is that people are exposed to Jesus Christ. We have young kids, young people, teenagers who are of a Hindu religion, who if you would go up today and ask them, what religion are you? They would say Hindu, but I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. That is what we want. Not just a person saying I'm a Christian or a non-Christian or a Hindu. What we're after at the end of the world is people saying I'm a follower of Jesus Christ.
That's right. And for them, they don't see anything else yet beyond being a Hindu because that's their family, that's their culture. But they are learning more and more that Jesus is the one source of salvation, not the many gods that they come from the background.
Right.
So, well, thank you very much for sharing that idea. To me, that just connected today when you shared the idea of letting Pathfinders be a way to love the young people who struggle so much in the United States between these two cultures, the one they've come from, the one they're now a part of, the one their parents are still a part of, and trying to find their way, and through that being able to actually meet and experience Jesus.
Thank you, Scott.
I hope you will seriously consider starting a Pathfinder Club in a refugee or immigrant community and see what God will do. What an incredible way. Take out your young people, get them involved, find a way to be a missionary for God right here in the United States. In fact, we are looking for 10 to 16 young people who are willing to be missionaries to the least reach that God has sent to America right in Houston, Texas. And we'd love to start a Pathfinder Club among the people there. If you're interested, go to reachtheworldnextdoor.com and find the training section and apply. And we'll consider seriously and prayerfully with you to do that. For those who can't come, look online again at that same website, reachtheworldnextdoor.com, and see how you can do online training to help you reach out cross-culturally to the people God has sent near you. This is with ASAP Ministries, and looking forward to what God is going to do as together we reach the world ASAP.